You may notice that there is a new face among us. And that's just because I look so much younger this week. No, actually, that is Olivia. Everybody say hey to Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
She is a friend and client who is actually here from Costa Rica. She came here she's one of those daring people that actually stepped far enough to actually come and do the 4 days with me. And so we're doing 4 days of super intense magic, basically. And you want to say hey to everybody? You want to say howdy, Olivia?
I already have, but hi, aloha everyone.
You connected?
So nice to meet you all.
Yeah, so she's just having a blast. I'm going to tell you what. Talk about somebody who's ready to go for the freaking stars. She has been absolute joy for me and Dewi to work with. Oh my God, what a blast we're having. So let's do what we do, and let's start out by talking about what's awesome. We don't have eternity on this video call to discuss it, but we can take a few minutes to discuss it. So who had a breakthrough, insight, aha, epiphany, or change significant that they would like to speak about from last week's session? Before I put somebody on the spot. All right, Mary Lou, talk to us.
Yeah, I had a day this week, Tuesday, where I was going to spend most of the day prospecting, reaching out to people. And I made some notes from in some of the calls I'd listened to about breathing and smiling, and how I'm not, what is it you say? Like, I can't be dead certain that things will be same the next time around as they were before, and thinking about how I wanted to feel instead of falling into thought. And so I wouldn't say I did my prospecting all day long, but I certainly spent the whole morning doing it and got in touch with some people that I hadn't been able to reach before, and I just felt better about it. Much more relaxed about it. And actually, it's been a fantastic week, the whole week.
I'll take that. I celebrate that with you, and I high five you right from the start.
Okay.
So what is your business focus?
What is my business focus? I'm a financial advisor. And this is a new career for me. I switched into this about 4 years ago. And it's I knew about investing and stuff, but I had never actually been in the position of having to recruit clients and advise them. So it's definitely, having to reach out to people and be confident about doing it. It just, every time I do it, I come up against some of those feelings of not being good enough. So it's a real juicy experience.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's you and me play together.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You ready?
Sure.
All righty. So that feeling of running into that feeling, do you like that?
That feeling of running into that feeling?
That feeling of running into that feeling, that not good enough, and that blah, that kind of gut-wrenching stuff. Do you like that, or would you rather shift that?
No, I don't like it at all. I would love to shift it.
Okay. Do I understand that you've been dealing with that long enough?
Way too long, yes.
And that pretty much no matter what it takes, if it can be shifted, even if I interrupt you, even if I act like a jerk, you would like to shift that?
Yes, I agree 100%.
Awesome. Okay. You breathing?
I just want to switch to speaker view. Okay, great.
Beautiful. You know what? For the moment, I'm actually going to do that too. It makes it a little bit easier for me. Now, video etiquette is for me to always do this. That's video etiquette. And I'm saying that for everybody here and for every future session and for everyone who ever watches one of these replays. This is proper video etiquette. A lot of times I'm doing this as I'm monitoring your face. So I can do a spell break over the phone without seeing you. When I can see you, I'm receiving every single clue and cue that's coming off of your being, physical and non-physical. So that's why I look like this a lot when I'm doing this type of communication, okay? All right. So it's been long enough, Mary Lou.
Mm-hmm.
And you created a really interesting conundrum for yourself by switching careers, after, let's say, 30 years of age. Right? You're over 30, right?
After 30 years of a different career.
So I noticed that you said, and everybody else, as they're paying attention, noticed that you said that always happens. Every time you reach out to a new prospective client on your own like this, because you didn't have to do that before. Now you do in order to grow this thing and have a stream of clients. And so you face that feeling every time. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I did say that.
Yeah. Beautiful. And thank you for responsibility, which is always a beautiful, powerful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you recruiting any clients in this very moment?
Yes. In this very moment right now?
In this very moment.
No, I'm not.
All right. So you're not actually reaching out to any clients right now. So is it actually possible for you to know what you feel when you reach out for a client? Is that possible to know?
Is it possible for me to know what? Is it possible for me to know?
I'm asking it in a very fucked up way on purpose.
Yes.
On purpose, totally on purpose. Okay. Is it possible for you to know how you feel when you reach out to a new prospective client in this moment?
In this moment, no.
Ooh, no.
In the past, yes.
Ooh, in this moment, no. Oh, ooh, so somebody was telling a fib a minute ago.
Uh-oh.
Actually, we celebrate that. We celebrate that, Mary Lou, because it gives us an insight about something that you believe. Now, I'm going to say this one over and over and over and over. And is everybody breathing? Because I'm only working with who? I'm only working with who? I'm only working with you. Just you. Only you. I'm only working with you. No, you. You. So I say this over and over and over and over again. I'm not correcting your language. And I'm not pointing out what you said so that you can speak fucking positive. Please, that's bullshit. That's self-help bullshit. I'm pointing out what you said so that you can become aware of what you said, which will help you to become aware of what you believe, which will lead you to become aware of what you think you know. That just ain't so. Because we don't have any problems in this universe except for what we think we know. Mm-hmm. The minute you don't know, you ain't got no problem. Well, what is it? I don't know. I'll find out. And then I'll navigate it in the moment. Yeah. Now, I'm going to acknowledge that maybe you know what has happened up till now. But I'm not even sure about that. Mm-hmm. And neither are you. So, here's what I want to encourage you to do. We'll do some magic around this. First, let's do some magic. So, breathe and move your awareness right into your gut. And if it helps, close your eyes. It's okay. Just move your awareness right into your gut and let me know when you're there. And don't try to do it right now. Don't think about it. Just move your awareness right into your gut and let me know when you're there.
Okay, I'm there.
All right. I just want to acknowledge you, and I'm only talking to you who's hearing my voice, for closing your eyes and going inside and feeling your gut. What a beautiful thing to witness. So as you're in your gut, turning my speakers down just a bit. As you're in your gut and you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, I would like for you to please make a statement out loud, and I would like for you to please say, while you're feeling your gut, please say, whenever I prospect, I get this feeling of not enough. But out loud, please.
Whenever I prospect, I get this feeling of not good enough.
What did you... Ooh, I saw that. You feel that?
Yeah.
Jeez, I knew that was going to cross right across your beautiful face. Just boom. Okay, now shake your butt. That's called reset button. Reset button. Okay? We just push the reset button by shaking your butt on that chair. So now, move into your gut and breathe. And if you would, please say out loud, up until now, when I prospected, I got that not good enough feeling.
Up until now, when I prospected, I got that not good enough feeling.
Now, you don't look like you just ate a dead rat this time.
No,
Feels a little different, doesn't it?
it does.
Quite different,
different.
actually. All right,
Very different.
Now you want to feel really awesome? All right, notice in your gut, notice how your intestines and your connective tissues are actually softening, and it's almost like a magic laxative. Not that you're about to poop or anything necessarily, though you might. But they're like your guts are actually softening and relaxing and releasing right there in your abdomen. And things which eventually, if you kept telling that story and thinking that thought and speaking those words, eventually it would have showed up on an x-ray probably. But actually now it's literally dissolving as we sit. Your connective tissues are releasing and your gut, your intestines are flowing right back in to that beautiful, blissful place. I'm 100% with you. Continue breathing. Welcome, Rosemary. I'm going to assist Rosemary for just one moment. We're staying 100% focused. Rosemary, let's check your mic, please.
Testing my.
Perfect. Thank you. And I'm working with your lovely sister. Thanks, Rosemary. All right. All right. Mary Lou, just make a sound so that you'll pop up as active speaker, please.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. Thank you. Now let's have some real fun, shall we? Do you know beyond the shadow of a doubt, could you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that feeling is not good enough, or might it be something else?
Could I know beyond a shadow? It could be something else.
It could be something else. Feel your gut softening. Now, I got to tell you, you're the only person in the world that ever felt not good enough. None of us. So everybody else really feels like it's a big waste of their fucking time that we're even dealing with this issue, because nobody has ever felt not good enough. So, I hope you feel good and selfish that we're working on your shit here. I'm not even sure if you're good enough for me to waste my time on this issue with you, but I'm going to do it anyway, just on the off chance that you might be. Now, ironically, we don't know if that feeling was ever about good enough or not, do we?
We don't.
We don't. We freaking don't. Crazy. We don't know. Now, I want you to listen to a very hilarious statement. Are you ready? Every time I prospect, I get this feeling of not good enough. The fuck is that all about? Number one, I don't know what I feel. I only know what I felt. I can't know that I do. Number two, if I really get down to it, I don't even know if that was what the hell I was feeling.
It's the truth.
It's the damn truth, man. I might do the next prospecting, and they might be wondering if they're good enough for me. Not that I need that, but it might happen. So, go into your gut. Oh, I forgot. Shake your butt. Now move into your gut and breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. We have lovely, lovely Davey and Olivia, the breathing cheerleaders, in the background. I'm hearing it even though they're muted. It's so beautiful. We got the breathing going on. All right. So settle in to your gut quietly. And I would like you to do an experiment with you. I want you to please say out loud, up until now, when I prospected.
Up until now, when I prospected,
I perceived that I was feeling not good enough.
I perceived that I was feeling not good enough.
But I actually have no fucking idea.
But I actually have no fucking idea.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I truly don't know.
I truly don't know.
Now feel that. Feel that. Feel everything letting go. Your shoulders are softening. Your scalp is. Your face is reverse aging. You're breathing. Your guts are softening. Oh, wow. Wait, what? What? I thought, well, hell, I don't even know if I wouldn't think that I thought it anymore. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Now, I don't know if more lovely, radiant, healing, peace-generating words have ever been said than I don't fucking know. Or I have no fucking idea.
Right.
So, breathe. I'm working only with you that's hearing my voice. Nobody else. I'm only working with you. Knowing is the only problem. So, Einstein and Bohm and all the smart guys, in the lab looking through their microscopes, and is it a wave or a particle? And one guy says it's a wave, and he looks, and that's what another guy says, no, it's a particle. And then they debate and they debate and debate and debate, and they fight, and they write books about each other, calling themselves idiot, smartest men in the world. And the answer ends up being, is it a wave or a particle? The answer is yes. Right? We all have probably encountered that by now, wave theory, particle theory, and all that stuff. And this idea that there's waves of possibility that collapses into the particles of reality. And what makes it collapse into the particles of reality is we're focused on it with what we know. Infinite, unlimited, eternal being projects out of eternity into time and space to have cheese. No. Infinite, unlimited, eternal being projects out of eternity into time and space to have hardship. To face fucking reality. I don't think so. Infinite, unlimited, eternal being projects out of eternity into time and space to have experience. Now, infinite experience, infinite possibilities, because what's projecting into time and space ain't time-based. It's eternal. So all the knowledge, information, and wisdom that's ever been and will ever be is available here right now to you, as you, in you, is you, you am, is, are now be. And all the power that creates all the universes. Endless, inexhaustible, flowing in through you right now. And it collapses into what we call reality. And here's the really cool kind of, I would almost say, if there was such a thing as good and bad, I would call this good news. As you're breathing and feeling everything still softening, still letting go, not knowing if we're good enough or bad enough or pretty or ugly or cute enough, just letting that shit go. Infinite, unlimited, eternal being projects out of eternity into time and space. All possibilities here now, all versions of me here now, the prettiest me, the ugliest me, the tallest me, the shortest me, the richest me, the poorest me, the most good enough me, and the most utterly worthless me. All versions, all possibilities here right now. And that shit collapses into what I know, and I call it reality. And then I must face it. And I created a culture around me that says, face reality, young lady. Take responsibility. It's your fault. Ooh, I have faults, and I have flaws, and that's reality. And in that, I'm not good enough. And if I'm not good enough, I can't have. And if I do have, I'm going to fucking pay or lose it or both. And that's what we know, and that's what we get. Until we stop knowing. Because the minute, now watch this. The minute you don't know, infinite possibilities can rush back in. The minute you don't know, infinite possibilities can rush back in. Knowing is the glue that holds infinite possibilities in a shape. Oh, holy macaroni and cheese. Why didn't they tell me that in school? Because I set them up to teach me lies so I could have this experience up until now of suffering. Are you breathing, Mary Lou? All right, yes. Keep that flow going out through your mouth. The mind would really like for us to take things, okay, we've had our fun, Brian. I've had my insight. Now could we get back to normal? Shit ain't going to happen. We ain't going back to normal. We're going forward to awesomeness. So here's the beautiful irony of the whole thing. All of what you call reality, all of what you call reality is actually only 0.000000000000000000000000001% of the infinite possibilities that are actually still here now. Everything you call reality. I mean, this is like the best freaking news ever, actually. What you call reality, all of it, all those scary things and all the need to prospect and all the people that are going to bite your head off if you try to prospect them and all the other shit related to it and all the prices you'll probably pay if you do land them as a client because you know you don't fucking deserve it because you ain't worth it. All of that reality, all of it, to the farthest star, is only 0.000000000000000000000000001% of the infinite possibilities that are actually still available now. Anybody feel a relief? Damn! Well, that just kind of changes a little bit of everything a lot. So, wait a minute. Then, if knowing is what is the glue that holds reality together on any topic, then the minute I don't know, the glue comes out and all that subatomic magic can reorganize into whatever. Well, I think I would like to reorganize it into good enough. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's just another trap. What would I like to reorganize it into? I don't fucking know. I don't know. And if I don't know, I can find out. And who knows what I might find out if I don't know. Wow. So, see yourself prospecting and feel all the layers and hierarchies of all the things that you know the minute you go, oh, I'm prospecting. Oh, God. I'm one of them slimy fucking salespeople that Grandma warned me about. I don't want to be one of those. And you know all the things that people say about salespeople and ambulance chasers and financial planners and manipulating, slimy, blah, blah, blah. And here I don't fucking deserve it in the first place. And I'm being one of those people and now I have to deal with that. Blah, blah, blah. I just want to vomit. in my own mouth. What if, do you know for sure, do you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that you're prospecting?
No.
You don't. You don't know that you're prospecting. They just told you that. And the irony is, what's hiding under the prospecting button? Oh, sales and manipulation and trickery and resistance and call reluctance and fear of rejection and blah, 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 blah. All those topics are right glued to that fucking prospecting button because that's all the shit you know. Now, I must pat myself on the back and say, you are now receiving the world's most powerful sales training in the history of business. I feel for the company that finally wakes up and brings me in to help them with their sales team because they're not going to be able to handle all the business. And right now, I'm focused on you, hearing my voice. Up until now, drop into your gut and please say out loud, up until now, I thought I was prospecting.
Up until now, I thought I was prospecting.
But I have no fucking idea.
But I have no fucking idea.
I don't even know.
I don't even know.
All right. What if you're an infinite, unlimited being projecting out of eternity into time and space to have an experience, and in this moment you've chosen the experience of working to assist people with their financial planning for their benefit and yours, and therefore you begin to use communication, knowledge, and ethical persuasion in order to communicate with them in such a way that creates a motivation and inspiration for them to take actions in their own best interest in such a way that benefits you both. I say you could do that every day. Prospecting makes me want to puke in my mouth. But communicating and using my knowledge and skills and talents and communication ability to reach out to another human being who's interested in improving their financial well-being with knowledge and skill and information that I have that they don't have, so that I can communicate with them in such a way that they can make an intelligent, conscious decision to act in their own best interest or not, or not, or not, or not, or not, or not. Dev, if you guys would like to end that call, it's probably because we're both on the video call and you guys are further from the router. If you guys want to end the call and just come in here, that'll be fine. Whichever you prefer. All right? I wouldn't want to do none of that damn prospecting. Jesus. I don't want to do no prospecting. But sharing my knowledge, information, talents, and wisdom and experience with people who want it, I could probably do that.
Sharing knowledge. The new name.
Yeah. Well, that's actually all that it ever was.
Yep. Yes.
That's actually all it ever was. You made it prospecting. And you had other people make it into prospecting so that you could ever more experience that feeling of not good enough, although we don't know if that's what you were feeling or not. We don't know. How's it feel to not know?
Oh, very liberating.
Liberating! Wow! I'll take some of that. How much of that liberating do you want?
All of it.
All right, so ask this question right now inside of your body. Don't look for answers. You're not moving into your head to look for answers. Fuck answers. Just feel the question in your body. When is this feeling available to me? Ask it and feel what you get. When is this feeling available to me? When is this feeling of liberation available to me? How much more of this feeling is available to me? And when is this feeling available to me? And how much more of this feeling is available to me? Now, we don't need answers. I'm just going to throw a few words out for fun. When is this feeling available to me? Anytime, all the time now. Mm-hmm. How much more of this feeling is available to me? Limitless, infinite. So, if I can feel this feeling about the exact same action, communicating with a person about their financial well-being, if they're interested, saying, would you like to know how you might be able to accomplish XYZ? Would that interest you? Without QRS that you don't want. Would that interest you? No? Suddenly, you don't actually care whether they say yes or not. You're not affected. Your self-worth, whatever the fuck that is no longer affected by their choice or their decision. I dare say the best, most powerful radical sales training in the history of the planet that ain't got nothing to do with sales. It just changes everything. So wait a minute. Now, if I'm prospecting, prospecting. How am I doing at prospecting, boss? How am I doing? Am I doing good enough at prospecting? Oh, let's look at my numbers. Oh, I suck at this, and I suck at that, and I suck at that, and I suck at this. None of which are things I actually want to suck at. That was a Brian joke. And here I am, sucking on all these things, which really sounds wrong. And you can tell a lot about the person who laughs when I say that. But anyway, again. I'm going to go back and watch the video and see who laughed when I said that. But I'm sucking at all these things, and then I'm looking at the numbers that I suck at, and then I'm being evaluated. How badly does she suck? And then I have to deal with how I feel like shit about doing something I feel shit about and sucking at it. And then I finally get someone who's interested. I'm going to be at my darn shiny best, aren't I? I don't think so. So now you're trying to persuade them because you got so many prospects that you fucked up already. This one, you better close them. Oh, and if I don't, I will have sucked at something else. Adding to the list of things I suck at. Ugh. But tomorrow, I'm going to do it all again. Kill me now. Just kill me. Can't I go back to my old career? Oh, but the potential in your industry and the potential for fun and the potential for mutual fun and benefit. The funny thing is, if you're going out prospecting, people are fucking running away before you even get there. Oh, fuck, she's prospecting. Make her feel not good enough. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all.
Ask and you shall receive, eh?
Amen. All the time. You're broadcasting a beam out of your forehead that everyone on the planet can read. Please show me I'm not good enough. And all they ever did was obeyed exactly what you asked for. That's all they ever did. That's why everybody on the planet is by definition an angel. Angel means messenger. Someone bringing you a message. That's all anybody is. Everybody on the planet is an angel bringing you messages. And what they're bringing you is, excuse me, but you have this signal being broadcast from the front of your head in every direction that says, please show me I'm not good enough. And sadly, I'm not at a level of consciousness that allows me to see that and tell you that. So instead, I'm going to do this action that will make you feel not good enough and confirm for you that you're correct. Now, the question to you, my angel, is in that moment that I treat you like shit and show you you're not good enough, you have a choice. And the choice is to wake up and realize another messenger has said, excuse me, I'm reading this card on your forehead that says, please show me on. Are you going to wake up and realize it, or are you going to interpret this as another indicator that you're not worth it, that you're not good enough? That's the question. That's what happened every time. So I want to encourage you to take a moment to look at the last 3 people who showed you you weren't good enough, who proved it to you. Take a good look at them, put them side by side, and look in their eyes and see them as an angel that simply brought you a message that you're not good enough. Sometimes at pain to themselves, they took on the noble task of doing exactly what you asked of them and showing that you believe you're not good enough. You with me?
I'm losing the connection.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost the connection a bit.
All right. Let me see. Anybody do any kind of business that involves anything like prospecting? Anyone? Or did anyone before the last half hour? Okay, fuck that. Listen, you got something to share, right? Yeah? Okay, you got something to share. You got something that would benefit the right person or people, right? Okay. So you got something to share. You got something that would benefit the right people if you communicated with them. And you obviously have the ability to express and communicate that with your mouth and hands and typing and whatever else, right? Right? Then what the fuck are you prospecting for? Everybody's muted. On 3. Fuck that. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck that.
We're like a choir. A dirty choir. I love it.
You didn't say it. You just mouthed.
I just mouthed it. I always say it. I wanted to be like I was muted like everybody else. I think we did a great job. Fuck that. So what if instead we realized we were infinite, unlimited being projecting out of eternity into time and space to have an experience? One of the things we want to experience is the flow of currency. And that the way we facilitate that flow of currency is generally with some form of communication to lovingly, intelligently, knowledgeably, expertly communicate the value to people who would want it if they knew, verifying first and foremost that they're interested, so we're not fighting our way uphill. That shit gets fun and easy. If you have ever helped anyone, have you ever helped anyone, Mary Lou? With this money thing? With this... I'm guessing she's not here, but she's here in the replay, so it's okay. I'm only talking to you anyway. Hey, you, who does anything that involves anything like sales or recruiting or prospecting or any of that horrific shit. Have you ever helped or benefited anyone with it? Okay, then you want the ultimate recipe for absolute, utter, total, and complete success in that. I'll get right back to the spell break, and right now we're doing some ultra practical kind of spell making in a whole different way, okay? One of the best things you can ever do is simply sit down, take a minute, close your eyes, and contemplate someone that you helped. Or call them and say, hey, you know that thing I shared with you? And you said like it helped you. Well, can you tell me what's your benefits from that? Have them tell you. you won't be able to wait to go talk to the next person. Because here's the irony. If you're thinking about whether you're going to get anything out of this or not, and you know you ain't worth it and you ain't good enough and you don't deserve it, you're fucked from the start. So spell breaking, yes. Get away from prospecting. Get away from all that stuff. All yes. And why not help your mind make it easier by focusing on helping the other person with something they're interested in and reminding yourself, oh yeah, this helps people. Now you ain't looking to prospect someone so you can sell them, so you can win something that you're not good enough for in the first fucking place. You're looking for someone who would like the benefit of what you're offering. That's fun. That's easy. Anyone can do that. Have you guys seen Moana? Have anybody seen the movie Moana? You got okay? See, you haven't seen it yet. Oh my God, you got to see it. It's amazing. You guys like good movies? You like good movies? Would you enjoy watching a really great movie that like really touches your heart and is brilliant and amazing and fun and? Okay, well, I just prospected and sold you guys in 1 minute. Do you like movies? Would you like to see a great one? I'm going to tell you about one. Rocket science. I don't know if I'm good enough to share this movie with you. I don't deserve to. Shit's working for Renita. Check her out. All right. So, Renita, unmute.
Hello.
All right. Talk at me, girl.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do now.
Okay.
So,
great.
what's going on with you over there?
Well, it's been a different week.
Yeah?
After our spell break, it was kind of like, whoa, I didn't know who I was. I was kind of out there, and I thought, whoa, what do I do now? Where do I go? What's going on? I couldn't find me. And then, well, I had all this trouble with this tooth and stuff. And so it's kind of, you know, I don't know if I've lost it or what, but anyway, I wanted to tell you that yesterday going to the dentist, of course they always take your blood pressure anymore. And so they took my blood pressure, and she couldn't believe, she said it was 117 over 82. And so she said that's awful good. So I attributed that to the breathing.
And probably to not knowing who the hell you are.
Oh.
Well, the one who knows who you are has fucked up blood pressure.
Cool, yeah.
So you got any idea what your blood pressure was before? Like,
well, no, because I haven't had it taken for several years, but I know they were complaining about it being like 140 over something or other. So
that doesn't sound near as good. So she was surprised that it was that good. Why do you believe she was surprised that it was that good?
Well, maybe because my age, I don't know.
Yeah, probably so.
And then plus I don't take any up until this tooth problem. I hadn't taken any drugs or anything.
You don't have a cabinet full of medications?
No, in fact, we had to throw them out when I got this tooth problem because we looked at the expiration date and they were like 2012, 1999, 1997.
Now, how young are you again?
I'm 67.
And you don't have 12 to 15 prescriptions in the cabinet. That's fucked up. I know you're breaking some kind of law.
No.
You're breaking some kind of a law. We need to. I'm going to delete this video so that they don't find out, because that's fucked up. That's not okay.
I know it.
Awesome. Okay, now so let's go further with this. Let's talk about not knowing. You couldn't find me. You couldn't find you.
Okay.
What's it been like since then? What's life been like since then?
Kind of sad. I guess really sad has been the whole thing since then.
Okay, you felt sad.
It's like,
you have felt sad.
Yeah.
All right. Can you feel that sad now?
I don't know if I can now after this last.
Well, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. I'd like for you to feel as miserable as you can.
Okay.
Find that sad. You lost yourself. You couldn't find yourself. Didn't even know who you are. Scary. Sad. How do you even navigate when you don't know who you are? When you did know, and now you don't. How do you get through that? How do you navigate that? And who knows what might happen next? How do you feel with that?
I don't like the feeling.
Good. So feel that
like
feeling
that.
you don't. Feel that feeling you don't like. Feel it. Dive right into the middle of it. Feel that feeling you don't like. If that feeling that you don't like, if it had a voice, what would it say?
You're not good enough. You don't know anything. You don't have anything to contribute.
I wonder.
Nobody cares.
Nobody
what you
cares.
have.
Nobody cares what you have. Nobody cares what you say. All right. I wonder why I was nudged to come over to you. So I want you to really feel that not good enough in your way, in your different flavor from Mary Lou's, and that nobody really even cares what you have to say. Nobody ever has. And why would they? You don't have anything to contribute. Feel that. And now you don't even know who you are. Total fuck up. Feel that. Now, when you're feeling all that, do you mostly feel anger or sadness or fear?
Anger.
Feel that anger. Ooh, feel that anger. And let yourself feel it like you ain't never felt it. Yeah, and breathe. Thank you. Feel that anger. Feel that anger shifting. What's underneath that anger?
Hate.
Feel that hate. Feel that hate. Doesn't even matter who it hates or what it hates, even if it's you. Doesn't matter. Just feel the hate. Feel that hate. Ooh. Breathe. Now, when you're feeling that hate, where do you feel the strongest sensation in your body right now?
The top of my stomach.
Okay. So take 2 fingers and just touch the top of your stomach. Just lightly touch, and you're going to move them around a little bit, and you're going to find that there's a place where it's really sharp, almost like it conducts all the way down to the center. You feel that?
Yep.
All right, now feel that sharp center. Dive into it. Go straight into the middle of that feeling. Actually move your awareness straight into the center of that feeling. until you merge into the feeling to where there's literally only you in that feeling. There's nothing else. I got it too. And now, when you feel that feeling so completely, there's only you in that feeling, and everything else is gone. Now, dive so completely into it that you disappear and there's only that feeling. And touch it nice and solid with your finger and feel that sensation with all of your awareness right now. Aiming all of your awareness straight into that physical sensation.
It's moved up to my jaw.
You're doing absolutely flawlessly perfect. You know exactly what to do. You're already there. And dive into it and feel it with everything you got. I'm very, very blessed and inspired watching you breathe like that, Renita. I feel grateful and inspired when I see someone really living this and really practicing it, that really is ready to go all the way into their freedom. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, don't matter at all. Now, by now you know that physical sensation only has two options. It's either going to dissolve and diminish and disappear, or it's going to relocate and dissolve and diminish and disappear. There's no other alternative for this.
It's gone.
All right. Now, before you open your eyes, you can relax your hand, relax your body. Check in on not knowing who you are and not being able to find yourself and not feeling good enough, and just see how you feel.
Feel a lot better.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. See, when you've done enough spell break work, when you've done enough, your body starts to catch on. Oh, that's how we get rid of this shit. It's like you've been carrying around a giant undigested meal in your body for 80 years, and you finally learn how to take a crap. Your body's like, oh my God, I'm going to do more of this. I'm going to be perpetually crapping. I like this feeling of light, less toxicness. Yeah, pure. Yeah. Now, think about it and see what's left. See what you feel now when you think about the same thoughts you were thinking just a few minutes ago. Don't know who I am.
It's like they're not there.
They're not even there anymore. Now, how long you figure those feelings have actually been inside of you?
My long time.
Long time. And it's gone. Now check in and make sure it's really gone. It's gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn!
It is.
Now, what's it like to not know who you are and not give a damn? You get to find out who you are, right? Who cares? And who would care? Because I don't even know who would. I don't even know that either. When you don't know, you get to find out. All that bullshit you believed about yourself. Listen, let's be serious here, everybody. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We need to breathe, breathe, breathe. There ain't no going back to normal here. I have lost who I am. I don't know who I am. And I'm so fucking happy because everything I thought I was bullshit from the start that I picked up over 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years of being told lies by fucking morons that I set up around me to program me with that bullshit in the first place. What could be better than to lose knowing who you are? Talk about if knowing is the only thing that makes a problem, and everybody nodded for some reason. Everybody nodded when I said knowing is the only problem. Well, then knowing who you are, wouldn't that be a great place to start not knowing? Oh, I know how I am in relationships. Oh, I know how people treat me. I know what it's like when I go prospecting. Kill me now. And everybody around you treats you exactly the way you believe you should be treated. You won't let anybody stay around you who doesn't treat you the way you believe you're supposed to be treated based on knowing who you are. And then you say, see, they do it too. That's just how I... No, you did... Say that again, Renita.
I said, yep.
Yeah.
That's how it used to be.
It is how it used to be up until now, baby. Ain't no 3 sexier words on the planet than up until now. Whew. That's how it was. At least that's how I perceived it was. I'm not even sure about that anymore. Huh? Feel all the resources that are yours right now, Renita, that have been gone and unavailable for quite a while. Whew. Now breathe them in and let them integrate through your whole body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and realize the resources are there. And wiggle your ankles and your wrists at the same time and realize they're there. Shake your butt and your neck. I don't know what kind of dance move that is, but don't anybody look at me, whatever you do. All these resources that I haven't had access to for 60 years just became mine again. Although I don't know whose they are. I don't really want to know. I'm going to find out. I am the chooser, projecting out of eternity into time and space to have an experience, and that's all I need to know. Find myself in the midst of possibilities, and I choose again. Whenever someone kind of pushes me with that a little bit of, hey, well, what about the who am I question, Brian? What do you say to that one? I am the chooser, projecting out of eternity into time and space, finding myself in a set of circumstances and choosing again. I got to tell you, that's the only thing I know for sure. Now, I'm proposing to you, it's the only thing you know for sure. Although I accept it might just be my perception. What the hell do I want to know who I am for? Huh? I don't know if any more toxic question has ever been asked in the history of the planet, although it's okay because nobody gets harmed in the making of this motion picture called life. But when we were little, and they said, and what are you going to be when you grow up? And we went, be? When? Grow up? But we couldn't really do that because they would hit us and tell us we're supposed to know. So we learned to make mommy and daddy smile and we would be approved. We had to pretend to know the answer to that moronic motherfucking question that actually makes no sense to them or us. I'm gonna be a fireman? Am I a nurse? Ooh, they smile when I say I'm gonna be a nurse. I'm gonna do that. And now I will be approved. That ranks right up there with, you know the difference between right and wrong, young lady, and you know that what you did was wrong, don't you? And we wanted to say, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? Could you hand it? Show me one so I'll know what you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Right, wrong. I got no fucking idea what you're talking about. And secretly, I don't think you know either. But if I say that, you're gonna kick my ass. So I have to pretend it. Yes, I know right and wrong. Oh yeah, what was that? Yeah, and what I did was wrong. And now we're a good boy again. Good boys know the difference between right and wrong. And they know what they're going to be when they grow up. And they get the cookie. But secretly, we know that we don't know. I didn't actually know what I was going to be when I grew up. I didn't even understand the fucking question. I'm probably not actually good enough. Fuck. And what if I don't become that thing I said? Are they going to know? Are they going to get me later? Oh shit. I really fucked up now. I'm going to pay. I better not let myself get what I want. Fuck. And that right and wrong thing, when am I going to get a chance to actually figure that shit out? Because they're going to probably ask me again. Oh yeah. And I spend the next X years doing my best to figure out who I am so I can answer if they ever ask me again. And then one day I meet this crazy fucker in Hawaii who makes me forget what I am, and I just freak the hell out. What if they ask me what I'm going to be? So Renita, check in on that sadness. Check in on that sadness. What's up with that?
I don't find it.
So you don't know where it is? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do you know who you
Definitely.
are?
No.
Neither do I. It's shit's funny now. I don't know who I am. Exactly. Oh. Let that shit down. Do you know how much energy? Let's all ask a question just to look in the rearview mirror for a moment. Everybody ask with honesty and don't really think about the answer. Just feel. How much of my energy have I devoted unknowingly propping up that bullshit self-image for the last X years? How much of my available resources have I devoted? how little my resources were left to actually be what I am when I was holding half of my resources trying to be something I thought I was supposed to be, and the other half trying to remember what the fuck it was, and the other half pretending and making sure that I do it right. There ain't much left present for a real deep conversation with anybody else. Or a really great orgasm, as good as it could be. Or really tuning in 100% to your child when they ask you a question. Mommy, am I okay enough? I don't know, kid. Mommy, what's it mean to be a good girl? A good girl would go the fuck away right now and let me do what I'm dealing with. Go away, honey. Next 30, 40, 50 years until the girl wakes up, she's carrying that shit around. And attracting into her life people who reaffirm what she knows. Right, Renita?
Right.
And it's time to probably train the people near us about how the new us gets treated. Pardon me, everyone who I know. You know that me that used to say I'm not good enough and you all proved it to me? She's gone. We're playing a new game now. How you feeling, Renita?
I'm feeling good.
Me too.
My soreness in my jaw that I had is about all gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Renita. I'm going to jump over to Carol.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Carol.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm feeling great.
So what's this session been like for you so far?
Good. Great.
Yeah? You feeling good?
I'm definitely here for fine tuning. I feel like I'm. How do I want to explain it? I feel like I'm right there, and I just need to do a little leap.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I totally understand it. Now, that leap is going to require you to not give a fuck whether what you say makes sense or not.
Okay.
There's more in what I just said than the words that I said.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're right. You're as right as you want to be. And you're already past that leap.
Okay.
Feel that you're past that leap. How do you feel if you said what you said and it didn't make sense to any of us and it made total sense to you? How do you feel?
Excellent.
Yeah. There's more here, so let me just tune in with you for a minute. How you been doing with the breathing since you got into this information?
Great.
Staying with it most of the time then. Okay. I felt this right when I pulled you on, then I listened, and I'm feeling the things I'm feeling. I want to encourage you. There's an aspect of the breathing where I say to take in a little bit more, right, on top of the inhale, and push out a little bit more with the exhale. That next level of life that you were talking about, just being right there, in a way, that little bit of extra breath that isn't breath, and it isn't air and atoms and oxygen and hydrogen and helium. It's what it is, and we don't know. That little extra bit of what you don't know makes a little bit less of what you do know. So I want to encourage you, with the breathing and the fact that you're sticking to it and you're doing it, add that little increase. And over the next few days, be really aware of how you're actually expanding it. And let there be focused moments on purpose. Throughout the day, we're following this. Focus moments when you actually say, wait a minute, let me do that thing for a minute with total presence and total awareness.
Okay.
And be totally present and be totally aware how when you're doing it, you actually are aware of your diaphragm. You're actually aware that thing is moving. You're present, and you're aware. And with that awareness, you can move it that little bit more. That expands the inhale, bringing in more of the magic, and that slightly expanded exhale that pushes out a little bit more of the old, the known. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, Andrea.
Hello.
How you doing, you bliss magnet, you?
I'm doing. I'm taking everything in as much as I can. I am truly focused on doing something with the program a day, every day. I go through the conscious coffee breaks. I check all the time what's going on in all of our communities. I go over the webinars as much as I can. I like to really be relaxed and focus on them. So it takes, not having distraction, and I usually like doing them when like an hour or two before I go to sleep. And I feel that helps. And sometimes I fall asleep while I'm watching them. And I've even turned on webinars while I was asleep. I do the morning and nighttime transformer
Wow.
on a regular basis. I do everything that shows up in the Freedom community, and I'm so grateful for Shanti and Constance to actually start that, because as you know, I've had access to the coffee breaks for a while now.
Yeah.
And but now it's the time. So, and I'm here. So, and the meditation, the right eye meditation from the other day, it actually had a profound effect on me. So I had stuff coming out of my eye. The first time I saw Oriental dancers in little yellow tent dresses and little stiff hats. And they were doing a little Oriental dance, and there came a serpent with a lion head and gobbled them all up. And What happened after that? Oh, then, no, the first, before the dancers were Chinese soldiers, and it was all happening at a beach. They were facing the water, and they had swords that they were wielding. And then came the dancers with the serpent, and the soldiers, as all this was going on, the soldiers went into the sea because I had said I would like to put this into the gap because the serpent's services are no longer required. So I would like to put it in the gap. So as I was putting it in the gap, the soldiers went into the sea and swam away, and the dancers showed up again. And since this was 3 times, I think 2 or 3 times ago, I don't remember how it actually ended, but yesterday I did another one, and this time the Chinese dancers were tumbling, and it was also a performance. And then I saw there was also a white light, like a laser beam coming out of my eye as well during parts of this. And then I saw a field of lavender, and it had a plaque over the top of it in white with gold writing that said, "You are free." Then I saw myself sitting on a white bench, and a young woman came up to me, maybe a teenage girl, maybe a young woman, and with dark hair, very petite build. And she came to me and put her head in my lap. I comforted her, and I soothed her, and I told her, it's all okay. You're not separate. You're with me. We're moving forward into bliss and happiness, and it's okay to let it all go. And this image of a Oriental female has come to me a lot. When I was in Japan a couple of years ago, I was very ill with pneumonia. I had walking pneumonia, and I wonder if there was any type of connection there, but I feel very connected to Japan, and up until now, not in a good way, in a painful way. And my feeling since then has been sadness. It also seemed to have thrown me back into me stepping on a banana peel and ending up in the river of what.
References to level 5, everybody.
For a minute there, I really lost it, because this what I feel when I deal with this sort of image, and I thought I had already loved her and handled her. But anyway, so that's what I did. I just loved her, and I told her, "You're fine. You're not separate. You're with me. We're in this together. It's whatever it was. It's over. It's gone. It's in the gap. So let's just move forward into bliss and happiness." And I felt really weird the last couple of days, just within myself. I just, didn't want to do much. Been in and out of laying down and breathing. And last week on our hangout, I had a very profound physical experience. I felt like my innards were turning and churning like a washing machine. So much so it almost pushed me out of my body. I felt very, out of my body sensation. So it took me all night. I couldn't even do anything afterwards. I just went to lay down and then fell asleep. And by the morning it was okay, but I couldn't function after the last session on Thursday. So I'm glad I put my tennis thing on hold. I could have gone there anyway.
Yes.
But so that has been what's been coming up. And the vision I had before I came on today was there was a webinar that you did in the one that's actually the bonus session right now, and you had a box that you were pushing up your back because somebody was saying, well, nothing has changed, and how is this different? And you said, let me give you an example, and you turned to the side and you were pushing a piece of a box up your back, meaning that just because I cannot see what's in store for me doesn't mean it's not happening. So
Amen.
So that's basically where I'm at right at this moment.
Okay, so everybody, stay with you, Andrea. Anybody, if you want to, if you dare to, you can acknowledge, did anything that she said seem weird to you? Anyone who dares to acknowledge, does it seem weird, or are we all woo-woo enough that didn't seem strange? Okay, so, look.
I wasn't judging it. I was like, interesting.
Good. Okay,
That didn't seem strange, but as she was moving out of it, I got it like a twitch. It was really strange and right in my throat here. It was
awesome.
like, whoa, what's that?
Okay, this is a great opportunity to address something. I'm glad you said everything that you did, Andrea, and I'm glad you don't tone your shit down too. Okay.
No need
to at all. Okay, and some people will find it weird. And I mean, geez, you're on with me, for God's sake. Okay, here's the thing. People ask me a lot of things about past lives, and people try to get into. People want to sometimes get into asking me questions about things that are going to be fascinating, that are going to be curiosity inducing and sensational stuff about past lives and all that stuff. And I don't touch it. Dream stuff, I don't touch it. I don't give a flippy damn about any of it. I do like sometimes to help people get a perspective on it. And what my perspective 100%, everything that I ever do is I look at level 5, infinite, unlimited, eternal being, projecting out of eternity into time and space to have an experience. What do I want to experience? And my answer to that involves helping everybody who wants it to experience more of what they want to experience. That's a big part of my mission. It's that simple. So the only yardstick that I have is, does this help me or others experience more of what they want to experience? And for the vast majority of us, thinking about, talking about, imagining, remembering other lifetimes is a big waste of fucking time. For someone like Andrea, who's been swimming in the deep waters that she's been swimming in, she can't help and doesn't want to help the fact that she's seeing these things and she's having these visions. And I celebrate that she doesn't give them a lot of significance. Okay? What I would like to do, Andrea, just since you brought that into this mix, I want to share something that you guys can let me know afterwards. I'm just going to do it. I committed to doing an hour every week for 6 weeks. Last week we did almost 3. And we're well into the second hour now. So I'm just going to take the liberty of sharing this. You guys let me know afterwards if it was a waste of time or if it was beneficial. Okay? It's up to you. All this work on past lives, no offense to the past life regressionists, it's fucking bullshit. There's no such thing as a past life. If there's no past and there's no future and there's only now, and Eckhart said there is, only now. I'm going with Eckhart. Then how could there be a fucking past life if there ain't no past? It doesn't make any sense. However, what does make sense is infinite, unlimited, eternal being projecting out of eternity into time and space. Now, how do you know it's eternal, Brian? Because have you ever known something you weren't supposed to know? You ever had an insight about something that was going to happen and it turned out? You ever had a peek into knowing something that you had no logical way of knowing? Well, then we're obviously, that's not a random event. That's you at a random moment being tuned into what's always available. So we know that what's projecting here ain't just from time, it's beyond time. And we're tapping into knowledge that's beyond what's physically available according to any of the methods that we know. So eternal energy is projecting into this time and space. The time and space is the illusion. And everything that shows up in time and space is an illusion. And that infinite, unlimited being that's projecting out of eternity into time and space as me, center of the universe, y'all. Here I am, center of the universe. Everything out there is a part of me, including you. And, damn it, Renita, you are the infinite unlimited being projecting out of eternity into time space to have an experience. It's all you. You're the center of the universe, and we only exist in your body, in your universe. Both at the same time. And everybody else is the only one here, and we're all cells in their fucking body. Now that's enough of a trip, isn't it? That's a trip. Well, guess what? That same infinite unlimited being is also every rock, and every grain of sand, and every flower, and every mountain, and every planet, and every star, and every squirrel fart. Except it's even trippier than that, because that same infinite unlimited being isn't separate things. It's all one coincidence, coinciding. It's all just one. There's only just one. Beyond oneness. Eternal, infinite, unlimited being that's not only the things, it's the source of all the things, and it's the stuff that makes it not separate things all at the same time. And as if that wasn't enough of a trip, all of the past is here now, and all of the future is here now, and it's all that one. We just have become so hypnotized to the physical, we only see a tiny little spectrum of the light that's here. We only sense a tiny little spectrum of the seeming time that's here. And so we're convinced that shit happened before me and this shit happens after me. It's all me. So, if you have a vision of someone else, especially when you're doing an eye-to-eye meditation with another person or with the mirror, and you're going really deep, and shit starts getting weird, and you really want to stop, but you stay with it, you don't be surprised if you meet others who aren't others. That it's all you. And if they're seeming to, if that other is seeming to experience trouble or problems or anger or sadness or fear, and you lovingly assist them, guess who you're helping? So I might do a spell break, and I'm working with Renita, and as her hate is diminishing out of her fucking jaw, how's that shit happen? As the hate is diminishing in her, someone in India 300 years in the future feels the urge to lower their weapon and rethink what they were about to do. Holy shit. And while I'm helping Mary Lou release her worries about prospecting, some family in Africa 30,000 years ago that's praying for rain because they're all starving to death, the sky begins to drip water. Now. Cause for celebration, perhaps, if we want it to be. Yeah, so let's everybody open our eyes. Tune in for a minute, and we'll get ready to wrap up. Everybody breathing? You ain't good and you ain't bad. You're definitely not good enough. Unquestionably, absolutely beyond the shadow of a doubt. You are not good enough. And you're not good enough. You never were, and you never can be, and you never could have been. You are so beautiful, and you are so fucking ugly. And you are so neither of them. Doesn't exist. I offered you to try on this for the next week. At least starting with today. I don't know what I am. Don't know what I am. So I'm either going to stick with not knowing what I am, and every time I think any thought that has anything to do with what I am, I'm going to remind myself that I don't know what I am. I'm going to check in. Do I know? No, I actually don't know. Or I might try on, just for fun, Brian's. I'm the chooser. Projecting out of eternity into time and space, having this experience. Can't deny the experience. Here it is. And I can't deny that I choose in the moment. I have to pee. Do I need to go pee now, or do I have 5 more minutes of bladder capacity before I need to? Everything's a choice. I'm the chooser. Finding myself in this mix of experiences and circumstances and possibilities. And then get to choosing. And feel what you're feeling as you're breathing so that you can move through whatever you meet on the way. There's only one projecting out of eternity into time and space, and I'm it, and you're it, and we're the only one. So I choose to not deny. I choose to accept and acknowledge that the infinite light that I am sees the infinite light that you are, and that we're the same. So rather than fighting you, trying to take anything from you, I just bow in namaste. Wow, let's see what we want to create together, or not. Alrighty, I'm done. Last week, I got into a multi-hour editing I've never done this before, but I got into a multi-hour editing process with last week's session. This time, I'm not going to do that. Here's what I am going to do. I am going to have my team help me with some editing later. I'm going to get both of these videos into the members area probably tonight. If not tonight, then no matter what happens, they'll both be in by Monday, and I really am pretty sure that I'll have them in there by tomorrow morning. Okay? I won't do any more editing on that one. I'm going to put it up incomplete. The fact is, it's the content, right? The editing is for other uses. So I apologize. I did intend to put up, and I got so deep into the editing. It was so awesome. I'll upload both of these, and you'll have them. And I want to encourage you. This was dense, wasn't it? This was a dense session. This was like an 8-week course in a couple of hours here. Watch it a few times anyway. Just don't take like snapshots of the faces that I'm making and put them on Facebook. Don't do that shit. Why'd I say that? Somebody's gonna fucking do it. I know.
But not with this shirt.
True. I love you guys. You're me, I'm you. Have the absolute best day, night ever. Aloha.
Aloha, everyone. Bye.